So I was talking to one of my subscribers, a good subscriber of mine. She always has really informative things to say. And she commented on my video that I just put out, which I really appreciate the engagement I'm receiving on that video, guys. I really appreciate that. I really love the fact that nothing hasn't gotten weird yet. There's been no weird comments. Everything so far has been smooth. So thank y'all so much for that. Okay, this is what she said. My girl Marie Pearl Harbor, they made a comment where they basically made a comment about, they wish that I would give more, that I would speak more about biracial women that are dark skinned, that don't, have light skin, that are dark skinned and don't have, the loose texture hair, because biracial people essentially come out looking so many different ways. They don't all look one way. And so basically that was her comment. I'm going to leave her comment somewhere around here. So it just got me thinking, how you guys know how I like to post in my community tab, different pictures of different types of beautiful Black women. My goal is always to expose you to something. Maybe if you don't get a chance to see it, that's always what my intent is. That's my goal. Okay, so what I noticed when I was scrolling, right? So I went to Google and I typed in dark skinned mixed women, right? That's what I typed in. What I noticed while I was scrolling is most of the women are mixed, but they're light skinned. So Google failed right there. They're definitely mixed, but they're lighter skinned women, or light brown. And then a lot of them, which I started realizing as I scrolled, were just really attractive Black women. Like, they're not mixed, but like I always try to talk about on my channel, is a lot of times when Black women are really pretty, people view them as mixed. They don't say, oh, she's a pretty Black woman. They immediately categorize them as something other than Black. That's what I was talking about in that video, my very first video, where so many of the Black women and Black women empowerment space got so upset with me, is because that's what I was talking about. Google literally did it. Like, most of these women are not mixed. Okay, so then I came across, I forget this actress name. I think her name is Justine. Is this Justine Skye? I don't know. But so I clicked on her picture, right? And so then I scrolled down. You back up. I feel like I'm a teacher. So then I scrolled down and I was like, okay, let's see what else comes up under her picture, because maybe she is a mixed Black woman or a mixed dark skinned woman. But then look what's under her picture. Okay, so I see Tatiana Ali. She's a mix. I think she's um I think she's a mix of Mexican and Black, I believe, or maybe even Filipino and Black. I think that's what she is. Then when I started to notice, it's a lot of Ethiopian women in here, right? So you have this model, which is like a well-known Ethiopian model. Again, more light-skinned mixed women. And so I just started realizing, and then, like I said earlier, more beyond conventionally attractive Black women. So I'm thinking to myself, like, even Google doesn't understand what I'm looking for, right? Hold on. Okay, back to Justine Skye. So yeah, so then I press see more. And so this is what I'm talking about. It starts showing me a lot of Black women that, like, just Black women. Like, these women specifically don't look mixed to me. They just look like extremely attractive Black women. So I'm just scrolling and I'm like, I see Tay Heckford, and then look what pops up. What pops up is one of Exoticals United's first video about me, where I was, I guess, saying the things that she liked, that she wanted me to say. This video pops up, which is so funny because it's not necessarily an outside influence. Okay, I remember this woman is from Black Lightning, this actress, but she's not mixed. She's just a pretty Black woman. But this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying, like, even Google is struggling to produce what I'm looking for. Like, or like I said, what I have noticed is what they are considering pretty Black women is a lot of Ethiopian women. Okay, so here's it. So then this is what I started to do. I said, okay, well, let me think of what are usually the dark skin mixed women. And so I said, okay, let me look up Blasian specifically. So I typed in Blasian women, right? So immediately I'm not seeing anyone that's dark skinned. And then I had to stop and think to myself, okay, but am I considering dark skin for like a black person, like my complexion or darker? Or am I considering what Asian people would consider dark skin, especially if they are mixed with a black person? And then that's when I said, okay, maybe for like Asians, this is dark skin. It's not dark skin for me, but for Asians that are biracial, they would be considered dark skin. So I started finding pictures like her. Like, to me, she's not dark skin, but I can understand for an Asian person, she would be dark skin, right? If you understand what I'm saying, right? Gorgeous, beautiful. That's what I said in my other video. Blasians are one of the best mixes. If you're gonna put mixed people on a pedestal, put the Blasians at the top, okay? Let's see what else we find. Okay. Also, what I kept running into is a lot of, okay, this is just showing me other black women with big curly hair. Okay. Again, not dark skin, but dark skin for Asians. Let's see. Again, gorgeous. As I said, not dark skin, but dark skin for Asians, right? Beautiful. Okay, let's see. More, there's more. Tay Heckford. This is her. This is what I expected to see more of. But again, I don't consider Tay Heckford to be dark skin. But, I don't need to keep saying the same thing over and over again. Again, here's Karuchi. Again, dark skin for Asians. So, okay, I just wanted to share this with you all because, again, gorgeous. Look at her. Gorgeous. But I just wanted to share this with y'all because I just wanted to, and specifically to Marie, that if I'm not posting or not acknowledging or not saying anything about darker skinned biracial women or biracial women who I guess would not have the I guess benefiting from the isms in terms of the stereotype that people oftentimes think of and or expect of biracial people, right? Because truthfully speaking, if you are a darker skinned biracial person or you don't have the quote unquote features that the isms dictate are the better ones, and you're experiencing the negative side of the isms as the same as monoracial women, so you're having the same experiences, right? So that is why I don't always make a distinction on my channel, because ultimately what I am advocating against or protesting against is this idea that a certain set of features is the only beauty, because I'm not even saying that it's not beautiful. My argument is more so that there are various types of beauty, right? So there shouldn't be this default leaning to this set of features automatically gets you access to beauty, and not having those set of features automatically disqualified. That's more of my argument. Okay, I don't talk about it not because they don't exist, or I don't talk about them not because they're not relevant to the conversation. It's just that if you are a darker skinned mixed person, biracial person, and you racially present as black, or you phenotypically present as black, people are not treating you the way they would treat someone who has the stereotypical mixed features. The treatment is not going to be the same. You're going to experience what I experience, good and bad, but you're going to experience what I experience. And that's why I'm here, and other women who look like me, and that's why I'm here every day hammering away at that notion, because that is actually what the problem is. So I just wanted to just show y'all that Google even failed at finding what I was looking for, at making the distinction, because oftentimes the assumed stereotype is that when black women are pretty, they're mixed. And even Google had trouble finding, you know, darker skinned women that were mixed. Like Google, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.